Hello, this is Mark Ward, the CEO of Syncrude. You might not know it today, but the steps you take over the next few years to plan for your future are vitally important. We want you to be inspired by the many career opportunities that are yours for the taking if you work hard to finish high school and then take the next step into post-secondary education. To help you make informed choices, we've produced this video about the real-life experiences of people here in the Wood Buffalo region. So please consider what they have to say. Your future may take you to one of the many rewarding careers we offer at Syncrude, or it might take you into other exciting directions, but that's all good. But it's time to start thinking about that now and imagine what's possible.
I was a high school dropout.
I doubted myself a lot.
I was there for the sports.
I had to leave home to go to school.
I didn't take it as serious.
I was scared I was going to make the wrong choice.
Our biggest regret is that we didn't continue our education.
It's a little harder to go back in life and say, I wish I could have or I should have.
One day I decided that I needed more.
I just really wanted a future.
I deserved more.
Education is the key to success.
I wish I would have became a lawyer.
I told my mom that I wanted to be the Prime Minister of Canada.
There's a lot of life to live after school.
Schooling today is not just about reading and writing.
I feel as though you can't proceed with the things that you really want to do in life if you don't have the education fundamentals behind what you want to do.
In my time, education was not so important as it is now.
Well, I always emphasize to my son, who's young right now, is to finish what you start. So learn that there's a price you have to pay for success.
You get a lot of confidence once you graduate because that's a big achievement. I like working on heavy equipment, so that's why I went into that occupation. And then I really loved helping people out, and doing mine rescue was another option that Syncrude provided. I loved it.
Education is important because it gives a lot of options and freedom and choices.
Entrepreneurship is really scary, and a lot of people think about it, they want to do it, but they're so afraid to take that first step. One of the greatest things that we've been able to do is travel around Canada and spread our message of success for Aboriginal entrepreneurs.
I had many great role models. One of my role models off the reserve is a very successful Aboriginal businessman, and he did nothing but inspire me to kind of embrace a business path. And it was nice for me to see another Aboriginal businessman be very successful, and what I did was I watched that and I said, my goodness, I might be able to do this too.
I believe no true rewards come without taking a risk, and it's the best decision we ever made.
I think that young Aboriginals, they have a lot more opportunities, but sometimes they don't know how to get there.
I dropped out in grade 12 at 16 years old.
Sometimes we fail to see the significance of education.
I don't believe in having regrets in life, and I don't regret that choice. At that time, that was what was right for me, but I made a promise to my parents that as soon as I turned 18, that I would go get my GED. Some people, believe that it's just a piece of paper, but that's a piece of paper that is key to opening doors, and you need it in this day and age.
There's a lot of younger generation that they just don't really want to go to school or no motivation like that, and you'll always see them like they're not really going anywhere, and you see these other kids that are actually going to school, putting in the effort and the work, and you see them actually, like, you can see it, they're happier, they're getting better job opportunities, they're more motivated.
After grade 12, I always had a vision of myself getting some sort of ticket. Well, having a career as a mechanic is also a hobby I had. I want to be able to live like a balanced life as far as I'm able to work, but on my off time, am I still able to enjoy the outdoors? All that takes time and money as well.
My parents were actually really good role models in the way of, one year I was ranked going into nationals #1, and they didn't let me go because I didn't have a high enough grade. It was a tough lesson at the time, but it was worth it in the end.
If I was to give advice to high school kids right now based on my own experience, I would say that even if the class is boring, pay attention. You might not like school right now, but in 5 years' time you're going to wish you paid attention when somebody else is getting a job over you.
My kids know what their jobs are. Like I've always told them, I said, your job is to go to school and enjoy life. And my job is to make sure that everything is there for you.
I like to go surfing,
snowmobiling,
photography,
travel quite a bit with my fiance.
Judo, boxing, kickboxing.
You just try to, as a kid, you try to reach out to something that you enjoy and, you know, try to find a way for yourself.
Well, the big white rose upon that sign was the innocence in all our lives. You can see that neon light, probably half a mile around.
Tinkering around in the garage.
Swim.
volunteer,
Play hockey.
going for a walk on the beach.
We like to spend much of our time in our cabin at Moose Lake.
Golf.
A little fabricating.
squatting and the boating and the hunting and fishing and
Mixed martial arts.
Racquetball. Golf. Did I say golf? Golf.
Imagine what's possible if you go and get your post-secondary and you find your passion.
Aboriginal students have a dropout rate of less than 1%. What we want to do in our district now is increase opportunities to post-secondary and making sure they transition to the programs that they really desire.
Finishing high school and eventually attending post-secondary education are vital because they can open so many doors that you've never seen possible.
Imagine what's possible if I would have continued my education and explored opportunities in other towns, in other provinces, in other countries. Although I'm happy where I'm at, I would have liked to have had those life experiences that education could have afforded me.
Education is the building block for your future.
Right now is a great time to be Aboriginal. Take these opportunities, run with them. Don't sit back waiting for somebody to hand you something because you got to work for it. Find something that you're passionate about. If you do that, if you follow your passion and you imagine what's possible, you're going to go far.